The Los Angeles Rams are moving with a quiet intensity that defines this time of year, and I have been at the facility keeping a close eye on the front office strategy. From defensive depth additions to the complex arithmetic of building a championship-caliber roster, the narrative in Thousand Oaks is shifting daily. We are looking at a critical signing, the looming pressure of contract extensions for key stars, and the reality behind the trade speculation. These moves are not just transactions, they are the blueprint for the next 2 seasons.
The Los Angeles Rams made a definitive move to bolster their defensive rotation and special teams unit by signing linebacker Grant Stewart to a new 2-year contract. This is a homecoming of sorts, as the front office clearly values the specific energy and high motor play style that Grant Stewart brings to the field. When we look at the defensive architecture currently being built by the coaching staff, it is clear that they are prioritizing players who can handle multifaceted roles. Grant Stewart has spent his time away from the organization refining his instincts, and his recent stint with the Detroit Lions provided him with additional experience in high-leverage defensive schemes. The decision to bring him back into the fold is a calculated move that addresses the need for depth at the inside linebacker position, a spot where the team has looked to stabilize its personnel heading into the upcoming campaign. From a tactical standpoint, Grant Stewart offers a unique blend of speed and aggression that fits perfectly within the current defensive philosophy. He is not just a depth piece, he is a player who understands the culture of the locker room and the demands placed on players by the defensive coordinator. His ability to navigate the trenches and close gaps on special teams provides the team with a reliable presence that can be deployed across various down and distance situations. Furthermore, the financial commitment reflects the team's desire to secure versatile talent without overextending their cap space. This contract structure suggests that the front office is looking for long-term reliability rather than just a quick fix. As we analyze the roster construction, it becomes evident that the team is focusing on building a foundation of players who possess both technical discipline and a high football IQ. Grant Stewart embodies those traits, and his return will likely have a ripple effect on the entire defensive room. The competition for roster spots is only going to intensify as we move closer to training camp, and having a player with his specific skill set provides the coaching staff with more flexibility in their defensive rotations. It is also worth noting that the fan response to this signing has been largely positive, as supporters appreciate the return of a player who consistently gives maximum effort on every single snap. While some might view this as an under-the-radar acquisition, the reality is that championship teams are often built on the strength of these depth-focused signings. Grant Stewart is ready to prove that he has reached a new level of play, and the team is banking on that growth to pay dividends on the field. The consistency he brings to the field is exactly what the organization needs as they navigate a highly competitive division. It is a strategic addition that reinforces the team's commitment to building a resilient and balanced roster that can withstand the rigors of an entire season, and it sets the stage for the broader personnel decisions that are currently unfolding behind the scenes.
If you enjoy this deep dive into the Rams roster strategy, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are tracking every move as this offseason continues to heat up.
The reality of managing a successful roster is that you eventually have to pay for the talent you have developed. And currently, the focus for the Los Angeles Rams is squarely on the looming contract extensions for the 2023 draft class, most notably Puka Nacua. When a player makes the kind of historic impact that Puka Nacua achieved in his rookie season, the conversation shifts from development to long-term financial security. The team is in a delicate position where they must balance the need to retain their core young talent with the reality of a shrinking salary cap. We have seen teams across the league struggle when they commit massive resources to too many players, and the Rams are currently navigating that exact tightrope. The management of these contracts is not just about the numbers, it is about the philosophy of the front office regarding how they value wide receiver production in their high-octane offensive scheme. Puka Nacua has proven to be an indispensable part of the aerial attack, and the team understands that losing him would be a significant blow to their identity. However, the financial landscape is complicated by previous heavy investments in other positions, including the strategic acquisition of players like Trent McDuffie. These decisions have ripple effects that restrict the team's flexibility when it comes to free agency and mid-season adjustments. Analyzing the cap situation, it is clear that every dollar is being scrutinized. The front office must determine the ceiling for Puka Nacua while ensuring they can still field a competitive defense and maintain depth across the offensive line. This is the chess match that defines the NFL offseason. Fans are rightfully anxious to see how this plays out, as the prospect of seeing Puka Nacua in a different uniform is a scenario that no one in Los Angeles wants to entertain. The history of this franchise suggests that when they find a star, they do everything in their power to keep him. But the current economic climate of the NFL makes that increasingly difficult. We are looking at a potential market-setting deal that will require creative accounting to fit under the cap. The team has been masterful at restructuring contracts in the past, but even that well has its limits. The internal debate is likely centered on how much to commit today versus how much to preserve for future roster needs. Puka Nacua is more than just a stat sheet filler. He is a leader in that room and a focal point of the team's offensive philosophy. His production is tied directly to the team's success, and that value is recognized at the highest levels of the organization. As we move through the spring, expect to hear more about the progress of these negotiations. The team is being careful not to reveal their hand, but it is clear that they recognize the urgency of the situation. They know that if they do not act decisively, the cost of keeping Puka Nacua will only continue to rise. It is a defining moment for the current front office and a test of their ability to maintain a winning culture while working within the constraints of a modern professional sports budget.
The swirling rumors surrounding the future of Davante Adams have been a constant topic of conversation, but the latest intelligence suggests that the star wide receiver is firmly in the plans for the Rams as they look toward 2026. Despite the noise and the constant speculation regarding a potential trade, the reality is that the front office has taken concrete steps to secure his presence on the roster. The payment of a significant $6 million roster bonus is a clear signal that the organization is not looking to move on from Davante Adams, but rather to maximize his impact during this window of opportunity. This move effectively ends the immediate trade chatter and allows both the player and the team to focus on the objective of winning a championship. From a schematic perspective, Davante Adams provides a level of veteran presence and technical proficiency that is almost impossible to replicate. He remains one of the most dangerous route runners in the game, and his ability to command double coverage opens up massive lanes for the rest of the offense. When you have a player of his caliber, you do not simply trade him away unless the return is transformative, which is rarely the case in the current market. The team's decision to pay the bonus demonstrates a belief that Davante Adams still has elite production left in his tank. Analysts often overlook the intangible value that a veteran like Davante Adams brings to a locker room filled with younger talent. His mentorship of the younger receiving corps, including the aforementioned Puka Nacua, is an invaluable asset that cannot be measured by simple statistics. By keeping him, the team is signaling to the rest of the league that they are in a win-now mode and are willing to invest whatever is necessary to remain competitive. There are no illusions about the financial cost, but the team has clearly calculated that the benefits of having Davante Adams on the field outweigh the potential cap savings of a trade. The offense relies heavily on his ability to win in one-on-one situations, and that dependency is something that the coaching staff has built their entire game plan around. Looking ahead to 2026, the focus will now shift to how the team can surround Davante Adams with the necessary pieces to make a deep playoff run. The commitment shown by the organization is a massive vote of confidence in his ability to lead the team, and it provides a level of stability that is crucial for a locker room that has seen its fair share of changes in recent seasons. The rumors of a departure were always more about outside noise than inside reality, and this latest development should put those discussions to rest for the foreseeable future. The team is now positioned to focus on their primary objective, which is maintaining a high-level offensive output and securing the necessary depth to compete with the best teams in the league. It is clear that the Rams are operating with a very specific, aggressive vision for this offseason. Between the return of Grant Stewart, the critical negotiations surrounding Puka Nacua, and the confirmation that Davante Adams is staying put, the team is making moves that prioritize stability and high-end talent. The front office is clearly betting on their core group to carry them through the next few seasons, even as they face the hard math of the salary cap. What do you think about these decisions? Should they go all in now or prioritize the long-term future? Drop a comment below, like the video, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Rams.